Arnold and Itkin. We serve injured maritime workers nationwide, offices in Texas. Just like any other industry, seamen are at risk of suffering work related injuries anytime they are on the clock. The courts recognize this and are continually working to protect injured seamen through general maritime law. Maritime law gives workers who have been injured offshore or in the maritime industry the chance to claim necessary compensation for any suffering of medical complications. General maritime law is the basis for all injuries sustained by seamen. It is important to have a comprehensive understanding of the general law before delving into subsequent acts. How to choose the right maritime injury attorney. Maritime law can be complex, although these laws are designed to protect the rights of maritime workers who become injured or ill. They can be difficult to navigate. This is why it's crucial to seek legal representation from an attorney who has a deep background in this area of the law. It is essential to select an experienced maritime lawyer. When choosing an attorney, you should inquire about the number of maritime cases they have tried. Don't allow the attorney to dance around your questions. You need to select someone who is prepared to give honest, direct answers to all of your inquiries. Annual and Itkin trial lawyers. These are the best maritime lawyers, and the basics of maritime law is that the maritime law is derived from many sources, including federal statutes and general maritime law. These sources provide some of the maritime doctrines that are commonly used in cases involving vessels and their passengers and crew. Maritime law sets forth many of the basic legal tenets associated with the sea and seamen, including seamen rights to maintenance and cure, the Jones Act. The Jones Act is a federal law that gives seamen a statutory right to sue their employer for personal injury damages. And the Death of a High Sea Act is when the death of an individual is caused by a wrongful act or neglect occurring on the high seas. Saving to suitors clause. Federal law establishes exclusive jurisdiction for admiralty and maritime cases in the federal district court absent any language indicating the contrary within a statutorily created right such as the Jones Act, the Longshore and the Harbor Workers Compensation Act. Federal law created certain statutory rights for employees, not necessarily seamen, but who nonetheless work on harbors or vessels that are under repair or being built. This law covers longshore workers, ship repairers, shipbuilders or shipbreakers, and harbor construction workers. Injuries must occur on navigable waters or an adjoining area such as dock. This law provides for compensation and medical care for an individual injured while on the job or survivor benefits. History of Admiralty and Maritime Law. Maritime law, also referred to as admiralty law, is nearly as old as the shipping industry itself and governs most accidents that occur on navigable waters. Though still based on industry standards and customs, maritime law is largely found in the US Constitution, treaties, and international conventions, federal statutes, the General Maritime Law, and other judicial decisions, administrative regulations, and customs. Where does maritime law apply? Perhaps most obviously, maritime law applies to events that occur on high seas, accidents that happen beyond the territorial waters of any country. Furthermore, maritime law applies to the territorial sea, which are waters within 12 miles of the shore. However, the law applicability became less clear further inland. Early in the US history, maritime law did not apply to incidents that occurred within the body of the country and therefore excluded incidents involving the Great Lakes and non-tidal inland waterways. However, throughout the 19th century, this exclusion eroded away. Maritime law is now applied to navigable waters, and jurisdiction in maritime law cases in the US. Jurisdiction over admiralty law matters was originally given to the federal courts. Maritime law, as it applies to employers, under, under general maritime law, ship owners are required to keep their vessels maintained by a certain standard. How does maritime law provide for hard workers? Without maritime law, injured seamen should be left on their own with the suffering that they sustained while working. Anytime a ship employee becomes injured or sick, the vessel owner is required to reimburse their losses. Incident that require Texas Maritime Accident Attorneys, Houston Maritime Injury Attorneys exist to help injured seamen or dock workers get the compensation they need to recover from serious injuries and afford long-term medical costs that occurred offshore. That includes any accidents that occur on navigable waters, river and ocean, and in harbor and docks. One notable aspect of maritime accidents is that they are often devastating. Oil rig explosion cause significant damages, vessel collisions are frequently catastrophic, and oil platforms can unfairly change the lives of the workers. Vessel owners and employers are responsible for making sure the following exist: safety training, safety equipment, vessel maintenance, and safe work practices. Recovering full cost for maritime and offshore accidents. Consider these costs that could result from a maritime injury or death of a seaman, hospitalization, long-term rehabilitation, in-home care, lost wages and earning capacity, emotional and financial counseling, vocational rehabilitation. Catastrophic maritime injuries are also possible there, and maritime burn injuries are possible. And and the common causes of offshore burn injuries include these: engine room fires, equipment malfunction, explosions. Burn injuries can range to mild to life-altering burns, and there are more complications. Brain injuries are also present, and cognitive damage, sensory symptoms, physical symptoms, behavioral symptoms. Some of these accidents may be caused due to unsecured cargo, navigation collisions, and defective and malfunctioning equipment. So, this company is present there to solve all your problems. You can consult them, and obviously, you will get your best lawyer in Houston also. Thank you.